There's certainly a lot of opportunity in creative for mobile. Clearly consumers are engaging with the devices. The app ecosystem is absolutely exploding with utilization, which is wonderful. And so creative is catching up with those trends and trying to figure out the best ways to be the most engaging with those brands. So you'll see a lot of growth and development both on the tool side in creative, having different shops help the creative developers in the new world of HTML5 and what that brings to the palette. And then you'll see a lot of development on the automation side of creative, connecting those really amazing data points like local, like content that are new within that app ecosystem and on the mobile platform. So those are the big trends in creative I'm seeing. Mobile advertising is in its infancy for sure. There's a lot of upside in terms of reaching consumers. And when you look at what advertising means, there's a lot of different opportunities in advertising. There's video, mobile video, there's mobile native or content, there's still mobile display and the ability to be playful within mobile advertising, and then there's kind of that organic or natural, connection between mobile and the consumer with a brand. So there's a lot of opportunity within each of those specific sectors within mobile for development, for companies to win, for technologies to win, to reach those consumers. People are watching video at scale on mobile. That is no doubt, that's for sure. And certainly the whole premise of aligning the right messaging length with the right video length still applies to mobile as it did on the PC. You have some incremental capability on a mobile device that people will expect. And the context in which people are watching that video also changes. Still, there's a large amount of viewership that on the mobile device is happening in the household, but there's a lot that's happening outside of the household. So actually understanding that mobile viewing behavior is incredibly important for video more than any other device in the video viewership moment. The data is half different because there are cookies on mobile PC or mobile web. Mobile web works very similar to a mobile PC or a video PC campaign, excuse me. So it's really the app ecosystem that changes. And so there's really not a cookie environment in that app ecosystem, which of course there's a lot of video volume. So that changes the data later for sure. And there are early companies within both the current infrastructures that we already work with, the partners that we work with now, and then many new entrants into the marketplace that are trying to solve for demystifying video within that mobile app ecosystem. And I would say it's still a little bit early, mainly because of just the huge fragmentation of devices that are out there and the huge growth of the app ecosystem kind of before the industry got organized around the premise that we probably have to standardize a bunch of things. People often confuse innovation with invention, which is a really important point. Innovation is something that is a new method or approach, and it needs to be productive. And so it doesn't have to be brand new, and it doesn't have to be never been done before. It can just mean new to this situation or new to the person or new to the system in order to make sure that's productive. So there's a lot of opportunity for sure in the mobile space, particularly as we're talking about mobile today at the conference, around what is new and productive, filling that gap between the old systems of how we're doing things, the new technology that we need to bridge, and making that productive. So the same things apply. How do we leverage programmatic property? It's not a new invention, but it's an innovation for mobile. How do we think about new forms of research and taking our current research methodologies in media that we've always relied on, and how do we make sure that the mobile ecosystem is tooled for that? So that's the difference between innovation and invention, and I think there's a ton of opportunity. There's a lot of opportunity for mobile and programmatic. And certainly I think there's the issue that was brought up earlier around the fact that there's kind of this bimodal world of, in half of the world there's cookies and half the world there's not. There's a lot of There's a lot of bridges to be crossed in terms of privacy and identification. A lot of different methodologies. You might hear the word probabilistic approach versus exact to make sure that privacy happens. You might hear the words householding as an approach to try to make sure that we can understand frequency or sequencing on the multiple devices. So we have a lot of opportunity in this space to make some headway, but all those things have to be solved in order for programmatic to be humming as best as it can.